I touch turn to gold. Ain't I something special? This one for my haters, I'm a motivator. I make them niggas wanna do better. I want too much, I can never settle. Settle for less, nigga, I can never. If she did better, I probably would've kept her. But oh well, I found something better, and she gon' do me better.
Another thing I noticed before you fight, bro, well, it's not all the time, but I think a few times, man, you shouted out your wife. You told her thank you for letting you fight. She support you 100% doing what you doing?
Yeah, she helped me out with a lot of stuff. She gets me she helped me with a lot of my travel to some of the fights too. She helped me with my California fight. She helped me with my North Carolina fight, and she's been there with me in the background, supporting me all along. I owe her a lot. Definitely.
How does she feel about watching your fights? Like, do it be trouble watching your fights, or does she actually like watching your fights? Cause you know how that is when it comes to women.
When she finds out that I win, she likes watching my fights,
right.
or that I'm okay after. It's like so far I've been good so far. I haven't gotten seriously hurt in any of my fights, but she always gets anxious before I go in. But then once she sees the outcome, she's like, all right, he's fine. He's good.
That's dope. How old are you?
I'm 25 years old.
25. That's what's up, bro. How long have you been married?
Say a year and a half.
A year and a half.
About a year and a half.
All right. So for people who want to get married or think they want to get married, what type of advice do you have for them?
I got a lot of advice for you, actually. So if you gotta make sure you're 110% certain. Now, this isn't a bad thing. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but just take your time and always ask yourself: is this the person that I want to spend every moment of my life with? It's not a bad thing. You just got to act yourself, because at the end of the day, it's a huge commitment. You got to be ready, because it comes with a lot of responsibilities, especially if you have kids or you adopt kids.
You have kids?
Responsibility. So just keep that thought in the back of your head. Just be ready. Make sure you're stable financially and emotionally, because it's a journey. Yeah. It's a journey within itself. So, not deterring anyone. Just make sure you're ready.
Most definitely, y'all. You have any kids?
Yeah, I got 4 kids.
4 of them. What's their reactions like watching you fight?
Oh, they explode every time they see me. Well, the baby can't, because she doesn't know what's going on, but she's only like a year. But no, the other 3, they always explode when they see me fight.
That's dope, man. Do you have a favorite Streetbeefs fighter yourself?
Yeah. When I was watching a lot, my favorite was, well, of course, Scarface. Scarface that's the president. You gotta shout him out.
Shout out to Scarface.
I Baby Hulk a lot, Baby Hulk, and even though I was already fighting, when Mammoth came up, I like watching Mammoth. Like that guy's stone cold. Yeah. But Beach is great. He's a good guy. I started like watching Daddy Fat Sacks. He's coming up. Gorilla. Like you talk about everyone. Everyone. Everyone that's a big name, I like them. They're freaking awesome.
That's what's up.
It's really hard to just say I have a favorite. I like them all.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of. But I notice on Streetbeefs, it's like kind of like it's almost like playing the game. But you know, when you turn on a Street Fighter, you gonna look at the character that you like. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's how it is with Streetbeefs. There's so many different types of people. You know what I'm saying? They got different personalities. Like people with Matthews is a funny guy to me.
Exactly.
Baby Hook, as you mentioned, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Matthew, now you mentioned him. Yeah, he's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That guy's dope.
That's weak, yeah.
Good guy. I talked to him for a little.
Sure. Do you watch any other underground fighting organizations like Thump Yard, Whole Lot of Woods, UFL, Dean the Great, Lil Cray Cray, and all the other ones?
I used to watch UFL way before I joined Streetbeefs, because I know Mighty Mouse was with Streetbeefs for a while, but then I heard what happened and I stopped watching them. But because I was like, oh, that's Mighty Mouse. He's part of Streetbeefs. He's doing his own thing now. But then I didn't know the whole story that was going on. So then I don't stay biased. I have to be biased now because I'm on Streetbeefs. But I didn't want to pick sides. So I just stayed neutral and stopped watching. But anyway, no, like even before that, I watched Strelka. Strelka was huge.
Strelka?
They they're another large organization. They fight. I think they fight in Russia, like Europe.
I bet that's interesting. I gotta check them out, bro.
Yeah, check them out. We actually had a couple guys. Unknown might be fighting for Strelka soon too. That's another guy. Shout him out. He's freaking awesome.
His name Unknown.
Part of our team too. Yeah.
That is dope. Okay.
Dirty Devil is he fought in Strelka. He's from I think Seattle, or he might be on the West Coast. I don't know. But yeah, like look him up. It's STRELK.
Okay.
They're pretty good.
Gotcha. Can we expect to see you fight on any other platform, like the one you just mentioned, or any other ones that you want to get involved in?
I did fight for BLK Prime.
Oh yeah, man. Let's talk about that. So, bro, you got to fight on pay-per-view. Tell me what that experience was like before you get to the fight.
That was it was a good experience. Getting there was a little rough, but once you got there and got the fight, it was a good experience. I mean, the quality of the stage was great. It was a huge stage. The lighting was perfect. The cameras, like, it looks like they're everywhere, but once you're in the stage, you really don't even notice them. And fighting with that anxiety too, like when you're fighting in this cage, that you get guys watching you and everything, an audience. But then when you're fighting, you see people around the country, around the world watching you fight. It kind of makes your heart sink, even though there's like 10 people watching in the crowd because of +1s. But
just knowing
when you just put the thought in your head that people people on your phone, people on the internet are watching you, it just makes your heart sink a little.
That's what's up, man. I don't think they put the fight at it. Who did you fight on Black Prime?
I fought Showtime.
Showtime. So, in your words, how did that fight go?
I think that fight went pretty well. I mean, I'm surprised I gave Showtime as much work as I thought. I stayed with my fundamentals. I did a little more cardio prior to the fight because I know it was 6 rounds. 6 rounds is pretty lengthy, you know.
Is it 3 minutes or 2 minutes?
It was 2 minutes. 2 minutes. But like those rounds still catch up. You don't preserve your gas tank. You don't get anything out of it. You're just a punching bag for the rest. So. It was a good fight. It was a close fight. Even though I lost the decision, I feel that I performed, As people on the outside watching the fight, they said it was a great fight to watch. Like they feel it was one of the better fights that was on the card. But that's no disrespect. That's not putting anything under with the other fights. Like I really honestly was glad I was on the card so I can watch the other fights.
Yeah, that's dope.
Like, an Oni fight, seeing Gorilla Canadian fight. And I was looking forward to Black Goku and Memnon fighting too, I wasn't concerned about my fight until I saw them,
So, out of that night, what was your favorite fight that night? Well, yeah, who was your favorite fight that night?
My favorite fight personally? I mean, they were all pretty good, but I wanted to see Gorilla and Canadian go out, Because there was a couple. Oni's from West Coast, Reckless Rico's from East Coast, Gorilla's from East Coast, Canadian's from West Coast. I wanted to see those guys clash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, I see you.
Also,
that's how they set it up. Like it'd be the big fighters from the East, and the big. I won't say big fighters, the big name fighters from the East. They go up this. It's dope. It's dope. Like who performance was just like wow, like you know what I'm saying.
I mean, out of expectation, I'd say Oni, because, like, if you look at Oni from his last fight to Oni at his fight at BLK Prime, like, he put the pace up a lot. And I'm not discrediting him. Like, he was a good fighter then, but then he really, like, you can tell he really worked for the fight coming up. Like, he was a complete different fighter in that boxing ring.
Shout out to Oni.
Yeah.
All right, man.